Hello students, this video is for class 10th biology. Here I am going to discuss the topic reproductive health and population control. This topic I have taken from chapter 3, that is how do organisms reproduce. So let's start. As you know, the humans perform the sexual reproduction for the production of new individuals. Sexual reproduction needs the fusion of male and female gametes, and in case of human, the fertilization or fusion of male and female gametes take place in the female body. So for this, there is the requirement for the deposition of sperms from the male body to the female reproductive system. So sexual intercourse cause two problems. One is sexually transmitted diseases and second is unwanted pregnancies. So we will talk about them one by one. First of all, we'll talk about the sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases are those diseases which are transferred from one person to another person during the time of sexual intercourse, and sexually transmitted diseases are of various types. Here you can see the two types of sexually transmitted diseases, bacterial diseases and viral diseases. Example of bacterial diseases are gonorrhea and syphilis. In viral diseases, you can see the AIDS and warts. AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and you know that this is the uncurable disease. Sexually transmitted diseases are called as STDs in short. To avoid sexually transmitted diseases and unwanted pregnancies, there is a method which is called as contraceptive method that helps us to avoid the sexually transmitted diseases and unwanted pregnancies. Contraceptive methods, it is also called as birth control or family planning methods. This method is also used to control the population. And what is population? Let's see. Population is the number of individuals of a species at a particular place. So if there is more population in the country, then there will be more problem for the citizens that live in that country. Overpopulated country faces so many problems like unavailability of food, clothing, housing, proper education, and they face discrimination and so many more difficulties the overpopulated country has to face. So we need to control the population by using the contraceptive methods or birth control methods. To control the number of children and to manage the intervals between the birth of the children, that is called as family planning. So family planning is very important for the control of population. So for the family planning, birth control is very necessary, and for controlling the birth, there is the necessity to prevent the pregnancies in the females. The prevention of pregnancy in women is called as contraception, and any device or chemical which prevents pregnancy in women, it is called contraceptive. So here we see the contraceptive methods. There are mainly three types of contraceptive methods. The first one is mechanical method, second is chemical method, and the third one is surgical method. And we will see now these methods one by one. First of all, we will talk about the mechanical methods. In mechanical methods, we use barriers to prevent the exchange of body fluid. Here, the people use condoms, and this condom covers the penis in the male, and it prevents the exchange of body fluid between two persons during the sexual intercourse. And in female, the cervical cap is used. The cervical cap makes a barrier between two persons so that the body fluids cannot be exchanged. Use of intrauterine devices, that is also called UTDs. In female, the UTDs are used for the prevention of pregnancy. For example, women use copper T and loop. Copper T or loop, it is introduced in the uterus of the female, and this copper T or loop, it causes more and more secretion of mucus, and that mucus deposits in the cervix of uterus, and this deposition of mucus doesn't let the sperms to enter into the uterus, and that's how it prevents the sperm to fertilize with the ovum, and hence it prevents the pregnancy. Now I'll talk about the chemical methods. So there are some certain chemicals that we use to prevent the pregnancies. First is use of chemical spermicidal. There are some chemicals that are used to kill the sperm so that the pregnancies can be prevented, and there are some chemicals that women take it orally, that is called as contraceptive pills. In short, it is called OCAs. OCs, what does it do? It inhibits the secretion of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone from pituitary, and because of the inhibition of these hormones, the ovulation does not take place. As the ovulation does not take place, so that next process does not happen, so the prevention of pregnancy takes place. Now we'll talk about the surgical methods. This method needs surgery. So, and this method is also a permanent method to prevent the pregnancies. So first method, surgical method, is tubectomy. Here in females, the fallopian tubes are tied and cut down, and by doing so, the sperms cannot reach into the oviduct or fallopian tube, and fertilization doesn't take place, and that's how the pregnancy do not occur. Second surgical method is vasectomy. Vasectomy is performed in the males. Here the vas deferens is tied and cut down, and that because of doing so, the sperms do not released from the testis, and that's how in the absence of sperms, in case of sexual intercourse, the fertilization do not take place, and pregnancy is prevented. Next surgical methods are ovarectomy and castration. Ovarectomy includes the removal of ovaries by the surgery. Here in this method, in female, the ovaries are removed out from their body, and this is a very permanent method. And second is castration. Castration occurs in the male, and here the testes are removed from the male body, and this is also a very permanent method. Now we'll talk about the women's reproductive health. Women should be able to go through pregnancy and childbirth safely, and frequent pregnancies in many cases damage the health of a woman or even endanger her life. So safety during the childbirth is very necessary. Safe motherhood includes avoidance of sexually transmitted diseases and reproductive tract infection. Now this is the time of your home assignment. Find out answers of the following questions and write in your fair copy. The first question is, what is contraception? Second question is, what are different methods of contraception? What could be the reasons for adopting contraceptive methods? And the fourth question is, what is the reproductive health? Fifth is, if a woman is using a Fifth question is, if a woman is using a copper T, will it help in protecting her from sexually transmitted diseases? So these are the questions. You have to find out the answers of these questions, and you have to write in your fair copy. That's all for this video. Thank you.